Man, Chicago is a big part of the essence of how I move and how I grind. I think Chicago is one of those places, is like you said, it can spit you up and chew you out. So learning those life lessons early on, where most people would never get to experience them, living hard, not having a lot of resources to just make it with the basic necessities of life, like food or shelter sometimes. It grows you up. It builds a toughness in you. It builds some thick skin. So when you get hit with life issues that will come to us all, I think that we're able to sustain more and to fight through those moments stronger than most, because you've went through something early on that's prepared you for those things. So I think for me, coming from where I come from, moving to LA at a young age, then navigating entertainment, seeing people give up and move back to their respective homes and stuff. I'm like, man, I know what it is not to have this or that. So that ain't gonna make me quit, as it will make somebody else quit. You know what I mean? So I definitely owe it to my city, and the bad parts and the and the tough parts. And growing up in the hood, in the inner city, I grew up on the south side of Inglewood, all around. You develop a certain sense, when danger comes. When you grew up in the hood, you sense it. You know what I mean? You're not naive to danger. You can see past, shysters and people trying to get over on you, because you've grown up around it so much to where you can kind of call it out. So as an adult, moving and navigating another big city like Los Angeles, chasing my dreams, I've used that to navigate. Also, it's a realness about Chicago. You know what I mean? So taking that in my industry means a lot to me. Not losing my way despite what mountains I may conquer and get to. Not forgetting that I was just that little boy from the South Side who was just trying to find his way. And so no matter what blessings come my way, don't forget that little boy and understand what he was looking to, so that I always consider him and remember him, so that I treat everybody like that little boy who I was, and so I always have that empathy, that openness, that caring spirit about whomever is coming to me for whatever reason, you know what I mean? So that's a lot, but yeah, that's what Chicago means to me, man. It keeps me grinding. It makes me want to be great. We come from the city of greatness. So, it's a lot to look to in Chicago to hold on your back. When you put that city on your back, you putting a lot of weight on your shoulders. So go prove it. Go do your thing. Yeah. So where the seed was planted probably very early on in my life, but I didn't recognize it. I always loved comedy. My mom is hilarious. My dad is funny too. My whole family is very funny, actually. Just shooting. So I just love to laugh early on in life. I loved comedy. I love laughing. My grandma used to tell me, like, boy, you just silly, because I enjoy laughing. Like, I would never miss an opportunity to laugh. Like, whoever's funny, I want to see what they gonna do, or I'm gonna try to make it funny. Like, that's just how I was growing up. So at 19, I was a musician. I was playing for this church, this community choir, actually. And everywhere I go, I was very outspoken and just always about trying to make somebody laugh. And because my mom was like that. My mom is the type of person who loves to bring happiness. Like, if she see you, like, hey, baby, how you? She's just always very energetic. And I love that about my mom. I think I embraced that from her. Like, I'm grateful for her always being like that. No matter what life happened and how things happen, my mom always tried to be optimistic about life. So as I became an adult or a young teenager, a teenager like 19, I started to make people laugh. This is what I do just every day. If me and you hanging out, we on the court, hey, such and such, I'm just making it funny. And this guy was like, bro, you should do some comedy for the concert. And so I love comedy, but I never thought I would be a comedian. I just never put what I loved and how I am to be a career or a lifestyle. I was like, really? And I had thought about it, but I don't even know where to start and how to be a comedian. Like, how you even start? He's like, do some jokes for the church. I'm like, and I had learned of some Christian comedians prior to that. Somebody named, a comic named Jonathan Slocum and Broderick Rice. These are Christian comedians where all they do is church comedy. And so, Martin Lawrence was my favorite always. So I'm just like, you can't be Martin in church, but I saw an example of how you could be funny in church. You can't be cussing in church. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do something like them. So anyway, I do my stand-up. First time, I get a standing ovation at the church. Standing ovation. And at 19, you're trying to find out what you want to do in life. It's good to find something you're good at. And it was obvious that I was good at it just from the first time. So I was like, bro, I want to do this. I can do this. So Martin was somebody I admire. So instantly, once I saw that I could be a stand-up comedian, I instantly wanted Martin Lawrence's career. So I wanted to do stand-up in my own stand-up movies, and I wanted to be in feature films, and I wanted to have my own show. From that jump, from that first time, I knew that that's what I wanted. So for me, stand-up comedy came with films and television. So I thought all of it came together. It's just what you had to do as a comic. You get in movies, that's just all a part of it. So it was at that point that I believed I was good enough to do it and that I wanted to do it, was that after that first performance. So yes, that I don't think that fear ever leaves. Like completely. It's still always a butterfly of if I can do good every time I step on stage. Like, you get confidence, but it's still that I think that needed nervousness that doesn't make you arrogant or beyond, like, I don't care, I know what I am, and if people ain't laughing, you still thinking they're the problem, then challenging your stand-up or your jokes or what have you. So, but how I got over it early on, I just think that it was something that was developed in me before I started doing stand-up. It's just my mom being an outgoing person, speaking to strangers, making conversations with people, I think kind of developed a lack of fear to go in front of a crowd. And I tell people all the time, it's a difference when you got to go up there and make people laugh. It's a different pressure. So, that first time I got that standing ovation was very important to the success that I keep going, because even when I didn't do so well after that, I was reminded that first time I did so well that I continued to believe that I was funny enough to go try it again after I didn't do so well. They didn't laugh as hard, or they gave me the sympathy clap, or it was just quiet. So, the fear of just public speaking definitely came from early on in life, and then pushing through it and getting better and seeing successful shows to say, okay, I'm good. I just got to keep working my craft, just like any other, art, music, being a musician, and okay, I got to practice more, do this and do that. So